Welcome to CIT178, Relational Databases. I am your instructor, Lisa Ballback, and I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the course and what you need to complete for the first week of class. In this course, we have both live stream and online students, and the live stream students will be attending class very similar to traditional class. So instead of driving to campus and going to the Beckett building, they will be attending from home. And for the first couple weeks, I will be sending out email invites for the lecture demo. But after that, I will expect students to use the link that's right here in Moodle. This link will take you into the live stream class on Monday, Wednesday from 1 to 3, and it will take you to any of my office hours. Now, what happens if you click on the link on a Saturday or Sunday? Well, I don't have class and I do not have office hours, so I will not be in there. And you will be placed in a waiting room. And if it's Saturday, you are going to be waiting until Monday at 12 for me to show up because that would be my next online office hour. Okay, so keep in mind when you click on this link, I'm only there during scheduled classes and office hours. Below that, we have the links to our different social media. And what we do with the social media is we post job opportunities and internship opportunities. So if you are on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter, you are probably going to want to follow the CIT department because there will be opportunities posted for you there. The news and announcement discussion forum from your instructor is where I post information like the live stream class. For the first couple weeks, I will be posting invites through the announcements. They go into the announcements and then they go on to your NMC email. After the first couple weeks, I'm not going to do that anymore, because I think you'll all be kind of used to the process and you can just come in here and use the link. Other things I post to the announcements would be after an assignment is due. I typically wait a couple days because that gives any stragglers a chance to get their homework in. And then I will correct. And once I have everything corrected, I do post an announcement so that you know your work has been corrected. And in this class, if you make a mistake, most of the time you will be allowed to fix it and resubmit. Now, there are some occasions where you can't, especially if I tell you what the answer is. But quite often, if you've got a little issue or a problem, I will let you fix it and resubmit. So do check your grades and the comments, because it will inform you of any issues that you have and whether you can resubmit or not for more points. The student questions and answers is a discussion forum for you guys to post to each other. It's not one that I go into, so if you want to share information, feel free to post there. And you'll notice that our class is organized by weeks. And I only have the first 2 weeks displaying, because if I showed you everything, it would be kind of overwhelming. So to start with, I just have a couple blocks opened, and then gradually I open up some more. Always check the dates next to the week if you are ever confused about what week you are working on. And I know it sounds kind of silly to say you might get confused about what week you're working on, but you know, come mid-semester, if you're working on a job and you got a couple classes, it can get confusing. So please look at the dates to make sure you're working on the correct week. I do allow students to work ahead. So you might see 4-week blocks open, and we're working on week 2. Okay, you might have classmates who've worked ahead who are working on weeks 3 and 4. Okay, so always check the dates, and on your computer, the date should be in the lower right corner. So you can kind of check to make sure that you're working on the correct week. So to start with, you are going to want to complete everything in week 1. So if we expand out that block, you will see that the due date is on a Monday, and typically assignments are due a week after they're given. And they're due at like midnight, but in Moodle, the latest the Dropbox has is 11:59. So that is when week 1 assignments are due. If you're an online student, you need to start with the video, which hopefully you are watching now. And you're also going to want to read through the welcome message. Then you're going to proceed on to the syllabus. The course syllabus basically lays out how you're going to be graded. It's got my office hours, which are also on the live stream link. Okay, and they are also posted in the sidebar. Okay, so office hours are posted everywhere. So hopefully you guys will know where to look so you know when I'm in the live stream. And we've got a little description of the course, the book that we are using, hardware and software requirements, all that kind of fun stuff. Then we get into our learning outcomes, basically what you're going to learn in the course, and how you will be graded. So in this course, we have 1,000 points, and your grade is a percentage of those points. So you want to get as many points as you can. 95 to 100% is a 4.0. 90 to 94% is a 3.5, okay, and so on. This little table covers how you get points. So we have textbook assignments, which are more directive. After going through the lecture demo, you will complete the textbook assignment. They are designed to teach you the SQL commands that you need to know. And there are videos that show you how to enter the different commands. The lab assignments are more free format. They are designed to give you practice on commands that were covered in the textbook assignment and in the lecture demo. Okay, so you need to do the textbook assignment first and then the lab assignment. Lab assignments don't have videos because, as I said, they are much more free format. We do have a final project in this class, and you will start working on it at about week 4 or week 5. So we start working on it early, and we incorporate portions of that final project into our weekly assignments. So by the end of the semester, it's done. So there is no rush at the end to get it done because you will have it completed already. The final project showcase is for you to share your project with your classmates so they can basically see the awesome database that you created. We have several unit tests in here, and the unit tests are set up to use question types similar to what you will find on the MTA. MTA exams do not do straight true, false, multiple choice. Okay, and so the types of questions that are on the MTA, I tried to mimic on your unit test to help better prepare you. There are discussions in this class. A lot of them involve sharing your final project. We have a couple different milestones for the final project, and you will be sharing your project at that point. Then you'll be adding to it and sharing it again at the end. We do have a short research paper, and by short, I mean double-spaced, 1 to 2 pages. So for those of you that don't like papers, it's an easy paper, okay? So that type of thing is also worth points, and you can see it is addressing some of our course outcomes. In fact, there are some of course outcomes that can only be addressed through discussion forums, which is why we have to have them. And then finally, the MTA certification exam is worth 100 points. And I do have a practice test for you that will be extremely helpful. In fact, the students who do the practice test do very well on the certification exam. Okay, so that's the type of assignments that you're going to run into. This little section just kind of explains what I just told you. And as far as communicating, because of COVID, I am not on campus this semester. So I'm basically working from home. The best way to get a hold of me is email. If you call my office phone, I'm not going to be there, but if you leave a message, it will get forwarded through my email. So I will get messages, okay? Also, meeting with me in the live stream is a great way to talk to me in a synchronous way, okay? Because I will be in there and we can chit chat. And let's see what else. So active participation, if you're an online student and you do not submit anything for 3 weeks, then NMC says you are not participating, okay? And you can be withdrawn from class. For live stream students, that would mean you don't attend for 3 weeks and you don't submit anything. Okay, so that 3 week is kind of the cutoff. So before I ever withdraw somebody from class, I do send a courtesy email kind of warning you that I'm going to be doing this, and typically students start attending again. So anyway, the only other thing in here that you might want to take note of are the on-campus computer labs. Periodically, a student will have a computer breakdown, or for some reason they can't run the software for the class. And there are 2 labs on campus that do have the software in them. One is JB214. So this is the James Beckett building. It's on the 2nd floor. Here's a link so that you can find the hours that it is open. And then the other one is in the Student Success Center in the old Osterland Library. It is the business pod of computers that have the software for this class. And again, the hours are at that link. Now, after going through the course syllabus, you're going to want to look at the college syllabus because that is college policies. And then we get down to the course assignment schedule. Now, I always tell students to print this because it covers what we're going to do each week. And as you complete things, you can cross them off. It also includes due dates. Okay, so you know when everything is due in this class. Now, the same information that you see here for week 1 is at the top of the week 1 block. And the information that you see here for week 2 is at the top of the week 2 block, along with the due date. So for week 1, you have a couple different assignments. Your first assignment is the student profile glossary. So you're going to click on this link. And I do have a video that shows you how to do this, just in case you don't know. But you're going to click on add a new entry. Your first and last name are concept. You got to key those in. And then you're going to upload a picture of yourself. Now, the pictures of yourself are going to be too big. So it is important that you, and I can show you how this looks. Let me see if I have one in here. All right, so this is going to be way too big. So what you need to do is auto size it, and see how big this is? That is too big. So you want a width of 150 to 200. And then if you just press tab, it'll be proportional. Okay, and I usually put it at the top. And then this would be Lisa, granddaughter. Okay, and then below that, you can either put in a quote or a sentence or two that describes you along with hashtags. So again, your first and last name up here, picture, and then either a sentence or a quote and some hashtags that describe you, and you're going to save. Now, where this is going to display is in our student spotlight. Okay, which if you have the sidebar shown, it's going to be at the top of the course. And every time you come in here, you're going to see a different student. So it's kind of a neat way for you to get to know the students who are in the live stream and the online class, because we are one class. We just have people taking it two different ways. So that is your first assignment, and it is worth points. Then your second assignment is to post to the discussion forum. So you're going to come in here, and you can see I already did this, but you're going to include your name or your nickname, interests that you have, hobbies that you have, what your program of study is, and any additional information you want to share. So I use this as an opportunity to tell you a little bit about my background, and I tend to overshare. You do not need all of this information, okay? Only put what you're comfortable putting. But I kind of give you what my background is, the types of classes that I've taught, what my hobbies are, and so only include what you guys are comfortable with. Then, once you finish the discussion forum, you're going to want to read the Chapter 1 key points. So key points are things that are important in that chapter. Okay, so the lecture demo is basically highlighting the points from your chapter that you need to pick up on. And then, last but not least, is the required software. So before we get into week 2, you need to have the software downloaded and installed. So there's 2 pieces of software for SQL Server. There's SQL Server itself. That has to be downloaded and installed first. Okay, and I have a link to it right here. Then, after you have SQL Server installed, you need to install SQL Server Management Studio, and it's abbreviated SSMS, and I have a link for that. So SQL Server first, then SQL Server Management Studio second. Okay, and I have a link to a video that shows you how to download and install. Once you get the software installed, then there are 3 different databases that you need to download and install. And they are all created a little bit different. So these are links to download. And then this is a video that shows you how to install. Because the Murex one are scripts that you're going to open in SQL Server Management Studio and run. I think it's the worldwide importers is a backup that you have to restore. So they're all a little different. So this video is going to show you how to get all of them installed. Okay, now, if you run into any problems, I can help you. Okay, so you either need to come in to my live stream office hours, and if you're having a problem downloading and installing, you're going to want to come at the beginning of the office hours. Then I can kind of help get you going. Or if the office hours don't work for you, just flip me an email and we'll figure out a different time to meet, because I want you guys to all have this successfully installed before we get into week 2. Okay, so if you have any problems, and occasionally some students do, okay, it's not going to be the end of the world. I will help you get the stuff installed. Okay, you just need to communicate with me, come into the live stream hours, or set up a different time. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I hope you have a great first week, and I look forward to working with you.